featuring me, Nathalie Archangel, in this iteration. Unfortunately, I normally have a 3+ octave range, but today I got about 5 notes, but I'm gonna make them count. This started last Monday, and I thought, no problem, I've got a week. But starting to get a little bit older is a voyage of discovery of what your body will no longer do for you. And healing this in 5 days is one of those things. C'est la vie. This is a song that's meant to remind you of Marty Robbins. If you've never heard of him, he was this great songwriter from the 50s. It'll feature Dr. Mark here. Go on.
You may recognize a lot of the locations we're singing about in Central California. And we talk about the slow life, SLO, San Luis Obispo, and other such things. So it's a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Natividad was a terror, a legend from Slow to Madera. Her beauty led good men astray through the fields east of old Monterey. I only planned on a pass-through in Steinbeck's hometown, so I had a seat on a Los Osos bar stool when I first saw Natividad. My angels have left me, now there's nothing but crickets between us. Didn't I see I had a ticket to hell, not Selena's. She swept through the room like a vision and carelessly catching my eye, she smiled with the practiced precision and sat on the stool next to mine. Her voice had the lilt of a dobro, her scent of rosemary and thyme, as she motioned a hand to the barkeep and asked if I like cactus wine. Cactus wine. My angels have left me, now there's nothing but crickets between us. Why didn't I see I had a ticket to hell, not Selena's. Her eyes were as deep as our manor, her skin like cafe au lait. From the back of the bar came a Spaniard, and everyone whispered, Don Ray, Don Ray, Don Ray, Don Ray. His eyes were as dark as a cauldron, his fist big around as a plate. I stood up like I was a tall one, wishing I had just stayed in L.A. My angels have left me, now there's nothing but crickets between us. Why didn't I see I had a ticket to hell, not Selena's. Don Ray looked at me like a menu with a barely perceptible nod, made it clear we were changing the venue. I got up with a prayer to the gods. Don Ray looked at me like a dad. He said, son, you're the fifth in succession to fall to the dark spell of Natividad. He told me her magic was older, but I would recover in time. Then he gave me a blow between the shoulders and brought me right back to my mind. My angels have saved me from the forces that seek to deceive us. I finally do see I had a ticket to hell, not Selena's. Why didn't I see I had a ticket to hell, not Selena's.
That's Dr. Mark, yeah?
Thank you.
It does? It seems loud? I don't know. Is the bass too loud?
Seems loud. What's that?
How about Cassandra? So everyone identifies with some mythological figures or other. Sometimes, unfortunately, I identify with Cassandra, who could see the truth and would say it, but no one believed her. Yeah.
Cursed by Apollo.
Cursed by Apollo. Yeah. I mean, you know, I guess it's something to be cursed by Apollo, but, you know, anyway. So this just adds elements of mythology, and also I would like to harken back to a chorus line where the Bob Fosse character, Zach, tells the formerly lead dancer, now auditioning for the chorus, "Too much plie, Cassie." That line stayed with me for many years.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Cassie always said, don't want to lose your head. What you see, keep very quiet. But it's a 12th house thing, observant suffering. Made me speak and start a riot. Now I can't remember the chance that got away. At a glance, I hear him taking the stance with too much plie. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. It's you and me, Cassandra. 'Cause no one else is ever gonna believe roses and jacaranda. Try to end season Ajax, Robert E. Lee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. Well, Cassie, life is cruel. Here comes another fool as a light with zealot's fire. Then there's a quickening inside a little bell rings, and the dude screams, "You're a liar." Now we have surrendered the chance to look away, and at glance I see him starting the dance with too much plie. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. It's you and me, Cassandra. 'Cause no one else is ever gonna believe roses and jacaranda. Try to enter to Ajax, Robert E. Lee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. Hey, girls and boys, wanna talk about the fool of joy. Blood, tears, and death around it. Salem, Tuskegee, wounded knee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. You and me, Cassandra. Maybe together we could just unsee. It's you and me, Cassandra. Thank you. You know, I mean, the dark music just feels appropriate these days. I have fun songs, but you know. So, this is something new, apropos of what have you, depending upon the politics in the room. I don't know if any of you are young enough to have learned that cool song for learning the states that the Gen Z learned, 50 Nifty United States. Anyway, the younger folk learned it like that. The rest of us had to write it out by hand. But I thought 50 Nifty perhaps should be revisited in view of... Anyway, enough talking. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk, but you know. 50 Nifty.
1, 2, 3.
Nice and slow.
1.
Try again. 2, 3, 4. We've been overrun by killer clowns, and the greatest show on earth is daily going down. Now the world's on fire and the water don't run, and the oligarchs and patriarchs are having fun. Too bad about not learning from the past, and now 50 nifty states of us can take it up the ass. When we all turn 65, will they leave some cardboard boxes out to keep us warm and dry? Every month paying out of that check, never full for great society, would leave us all bereft. Too bad about not learning from the past, and now 50 nifty states of us can take it up the ass. Why don't they let me go? Don't do. What have they done to my home? Why don't they let me? Why don't they leave us alone? We've been overrun by killer clowns, and the things they say and do and think will run the ship to ground. Water's down and the waters run dry, and these ugly bloated public pigs make popcorn while we fry. Too bad about not learning from the past, and now 50 nifty states of us are fallout from the blast, and now 50 nifty states of us are barely middle class, and now 50 nifty states of us are snakes out in the grass, and now 50 nifty states of us are trained not to ask, and now 50 nifty states of us can take it up the ass, and now 50 nifty states of us, oh, 50 nifty states of us, 50 nifty states of us, ooh, 50 nifty states of us, 50 nifty states of us, ooh, acapella, 50 nifty states of us, It just seems to get more and more frickin' relevant. Okay, so this is a song about somebody I was very close friends with in high school. The song is a little bit more on the nose. Well, the last one was pretty frickin' on the nose, but, you know, this is a little bit more on the nose than usual. But anyway, just about friendship and, you know, how you... Facebook stalking for sure. Yeah. Anyway, this is called Jane. We were going to change the world.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I see you took the Y out of your name, Jane. I hope you never gave up questioning the game. Spring wind in Jersey through the trees whispered possibilities. We were gonna change the world. I still recall that day in European silk. You wore a red sash from your shoulder to your hip. Baby politician being bold, take the citadel by storm. We were gonna change the world. We were gonna change the world. Just a couple silly high school girls. We had dreams and we had drive. Hope you kept the flame alive. We were gonna change the world. I think of many things that made us close. OTC, amphetamines, and bleeding through our clothes. You loved Alexander long before I was Team TJ, spite the flaws. We were gonna change the world. We were gonna change the world. Just some smart, ambitious high school girls. We had dreams and we had drive. Bought our tickets, took the ride. We were gonna change the world. I don't forget about the times that made me Try as I may, they're always there. I'm in the debt of all the minds that save me. Songs like crazy and be my babe. Your social gives a clue to where you've been. You raised your kid and now you settle down in Princeton. Your second husband looks alright. Does he know about his wife? That she was gonna change the world. We were gonna change the world. Just a couple silly high school girls. We had dreams and we had plans. Many young girls understand. We were gonna change the world. We were gonna change the world. Couple bound for glory high school girls. We had dreams and we had goals long before we sold our souls. We were gonna change the world. Girls go out and change the world. So, yeah, I really appreciate Christy Callan sitting in with us on bass and vocals. She's in all kinds of different situations. The Roswell Sisters, Dime Box. I mean, yeah, yeah. Anyway, she's awesome. Dr. Mark, my partner in crime, and also some not so criminal enterprises, not to give you the wrong impression of what we get up into all the time. So this is a song called You Never Know. And it came out as something that Mark, who's got a PhD and is very eloquent, and one day he said, you know, you never know who's gonna fuck you down the road. And I thought, there's a song in there.
Please don't use the F word on the record.
No, we didn't use the F word. I worked that out on the record we did in 2021. It's called Revel, R-E-V-E-L, Revel. And it's downloadable if you will care to download it. 19 Hand Horse. For the love of God, spell out 19. There's none of this 19. It's N-I-N-E, teen, hand, horse. And the second one, the follow-up, is called She's a Show. And by God, I will release it. You know, God is my witness. Nor will I eat radishes.
That's when we found out if you put the F word on a CD, smaller radio stations wouldn't even have the CD in the building.
But what is radio anyway? She asks existentially. Okay, anyway. Enough.
1, 2, 3.
Well, Mama didn't say trust wasn't okay. She merely hammered home the point that you can swing it either way. Said, girl, you gotta understand that with your heart and with your hands, you gotta keep yourself protected. Don't rely on any man. You never know who's gonna wreck you down the road. You look up and whoa, someone's come to heavy your load. You keep your head low and make like a well-licked toad. You never know who will wreck you down the road.
Well, Daddy didn't pray, but he turned out okay. Wasn't turning to the Lord like he was gonna save the day. Said, son, you gotta understand that while you live on stolen land, got to keep yourself connected to the greater plan.
You never know who's gonna wreck you down the road. You look up and move, someone's come to heavy your load. You keep your head low and make like a well-licked toad. You never know who will wreck you down the road. You never know, you never know. You never know, you never know. You never know. never stay, children never stay. Goes on okay. They're so excited for the turn to move the needle a little way. Say kids go on and give it hell, but just be careful, live to tell. You don't need to do what life expects you. Write your story, tell it well. You never know who's gonna wreck you down the road. You look up the road, someone's come to heavy your load. You keep your head low and make like a well-licked toad. You never know who will wreck you down the road. You never know who will wreck you down the road.
I'm still wondering about the well-licked toad, though.
The well-licked
The
toad.
well-licked toad. What is that about?
Well, I think it's good that you don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So, honestly, had I a voice, this would be a much more satisfying experience for all of us. But whatever.
You sound right.
You're
Thank you.
you're
Thank
kind.
you. I was going to say that
You're
too.
kind. I'm trying to like Ringo make use of the 5 notes I had, and God bless Ringo.
Hey,
He's
come
a
on,
God.
you did great.
No, he's freaking awesome. No, I just mean Anyway, this is the more fun side of dementia. I don't mean right now what we're doing. I mean this
Alzheimer's.
next song.
Maybe a little.
It's this song is sort of an imagining of a couple, sort of pre getting sign off on what might happen when they no longer have capacity, and can be depended upon to behave in a manner that's appropriate. So if you can tell by the way I phrased all that in my day job I'm a medical professional. That's true. Not that I could help myself with this, but anyway, this song is called Found Downtown in a Bar.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a lot of words. Here they come.
I'll do Sudoku and ink and coconut oil. Engage in lifelong learning, baby building. Tesla codes. Sometimes a good mind goes bad. So sad.
I'll eat arugula and spinach out of cast iron bowls.
Play a harder team before I hit the 19 holes. And just cry
When a good mind forgets what it had.
so bad. Well, there may come a day when I don't recognize the contours of your face, and I'm found downtown in a bar. Rest assured, you have my word that it never will mean nothing with those girls.
But while my mind is relatively still intact,
You know I love you, that's a fact.
I'll take propranolol and marinol and meditate, scream affirmations so my patience don't evaporate. But sometimes a good mind starts to lag. What a drag. I'll pet the kitty, then contort into a downward dog. I'll smell the flowers for hours like a rootin' hog. But sometimes a fine mind forgets what it had, and that's sad. Well, there might come a night when my unwinding starts, and you know it's much too tight, and I'm found downtown in a bar. Rest assured, you have my word. He won't be nothing but a really good masseur. But while my mind is relatively still intact, you know I love you, that's a fact. Shedding tears over our telomeres, they thought the love might microdose and stay engrossed in cultivating awe. But sometimes these good minds get right out of hand. Understand, you might bamboo Methuselah, a little while. Ask if he knows who fronted the stones. It looks like Harry Styles. It's a crime when a good man forgets all it knew. Sad but true.
Well, I could.
Not saying I would. One day I have a coma scale much lower than I should. And I'm found downtown in a bar.
Well, I trust
You'll do what you must. Ensure your DNR's put it in your post. But while my mind is relatively still intact,
you know I love you.
while my mind is relatively still intact, oh, I love you. My mind is relatively still intact. You know I love you, that's a fact. Thank you. That'll be on our upcoming record, the follow-up to Revel. It's called She's a Show, and you will release it. Mark my words. I'm on a mission, but I'm on lots of missions, so you know I have to prioritize. Okay, in between everything else I've been doing, found time to do a reverent collection of Patsy Cline songs, and I'm in no shape to sing them. So understand that I know the real melody to this song. I've had to cleverly rewrite it on the spot, but I do know what it's supposed to sound like. And if you'd like to hear that for proof, you can always download it on whatever platform you kids are using. It's under NATHALIE Archangel. NATHALIE has an H, it's the French spelling, I'm not French. And Archangel has an H as well, so there's a theme there. And again, check us out for 19 Hand Horse. You can go to our website, but you can also download stuff. All right, so it's one of my favorite Patsy Cline songs, and I'm about to butcher it, but life is like that. I've got your picture that you gave to me, and it's signed with love, just like it used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got your picture, she's got you. I've got the records that we used to share, and they still sound the same as when you were here. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got the records, she's got you. Oh, I've got your memory, or has it got me? I really don't know, but I know that it won't let me be. I've got your class ring that proves you care, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you. I've got your memory, or has it got me? I really don't know, but I know that it won't let me be. I have your class ring that proved you care, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you.
Thank you.
So a bunch of years ago, actually 2008 to be exact, Mark and I took the kids and we moved out of, we were nowhere near Beverly, but we we took the kids and we moved up to Northern California. It was a multifocal thing. But actually, Mark got a really good job up there. So we said, screw it. We're going to live in Northern California. We've been doing that ever since. And Northern California, anybody spend any time up there? Bay Area specifically? Oh, I can tell you anything I want there. Cool. Well, the East Bay has some interesting places in it. And one of the most interesting is a place called Port Costa. It used to be a thriving port city. And now it's kind of stuck in this place between the Victorian era, the 40s, the 60s, with a little smattering of MAGA weirdness that goes on. But it's a really interesting place. So I decided to memorialize it in song. It goes from a shuffle to a bossa nova, so I need you to know that because I'm not adept enough to really pull off the bossa nova piece. Shuffles, I got that. But with the egg. Right. But the shuffle, in case you're wondering, comes first, then the bossa nova. All right. Anyway, just so you can do it in your head properly.
The wind in the trees.
She wants a view of the sea.
We tried Venice and Vista, decided two sisters in years. Think of Chincoteague, Wildwood, Seaside Heights, but here in the West, should we live in Port Costa?
What do you hope it will be?
Should we live in Port Costa? Honey, how can I make you believe that Port Costa's where we can finally build out our dreams? Once it's gotcha, you'll find everything there that you need. Likes living itchy but nice.
Likes that sugar town spice.
We wear white collars, blue collars, chasing a few dollars down. Would we walk taller, not smaller, not facing life dressed like clowns? Should we live in Port Costa?
Call it home for a while.
Should we live in Port Costa?
And wipe off those bone-tortured smiles.
'Cause Port Costa's where we can show up our authentic selves. Cheers and sláinte, warehouse cowboys and concentric elves.
Really visualize your own solo. Whatever instrument you like.
Should we live in Port Costa? Get home for a while. Should we live in Port Costa? Or don't you feel it, big guy? Yes, Port Costa's where Roger's happy trails are celebrate. Won't it hot ya from Bull Valley to Carquinez Strait? Should we live in Port Costa?
Should we live in Port Costa?
Should we live in Port Costa? I don't know. Should we live in Port Costa? Are there ghosts at the Burlington? Apparently there are ghosts who live in Port Costa. Should we live in Port Costa? Should we live in Port Costa?
Thank you.
And the answer is probably no, because it's really hard to get in and out of there. But, you know, again, and there is a haunted hotel there, believe it or not. It used to be a brothel. It's a really interesting
Sounds like
place.
it's worth a visit.
Oh,
Maybe
hell
not
yes.
moving.
No, it's definitely worth a visit.
Okay, 19 Hand Horse featuring NATHALIE Archangel. Everybody put your hands together. Thank you so much, all the way from Northern California. The Roswell sisters are up next.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.